Today I'm gonna play Elden Ring, the Shadow of the Erdtree, and I have for you a brand new incantation. The name of this one is the Land of the Shadow, and this video is gonna have some spoilers when I'm gonna explain how you can get it. But in the first part I'm gonna only show you how you can use it, how good it is, the downsides, because yes, it has some of those, and obviously we're gonna discuss about them. Now, the name of this one is the Land of Shadow. It's an incantation. It's based on fate and it can be obtained from a remembrance. We have to defeat a secret or a hidden boss. It was pretty hidden. This is the last boss that I found, and yeah, I found this after I defeated the main boss from this DLC. It's a new boss from the DLC, obviously, like I just explained. And you know what, let's just start with the stats, because those are very important. The only thing that is, not the only thing, sorry, one of the things that are good is the fact that it can use only one slot. It will not be required for you to use two slots to equip it. The FP cost is gonna be 40, so you should know that, it's very important. 40 FP points, and it will be required for you to have 58 fate points in if you want to use this thing. 58, remember, because that is something really important. But don't worry if you don't have enough fate points to use an incantation like this. There are certain things that we can improve, that we're gonna make improve this your stats, like this talisman, like another talisman. There is a mask, and also you can put a flask that's gonna increase. I have a video of how you can use crystal tier to increase your fate points with 10, which is gonna be huge, trust me. So now, as you can see, I didn't have the requirements, but still I just can use it only with those talismans that I have on me right now. Something else, you're gonna create things like that in the air. I'm not sure what are those, and every single point that you are seeing in the sky, it's gonna attack your target. But obviously, when I'm showing you this thing right now, I don't have a target. There are some downsides, like I mentioned, but we're gonna discuss just a little bit later. Now let's discuss about the good parts. The damage can be really good with a perfect with the perfect build. I don't have that. I usually try to test my spells, incantations and weapons with something average that most of my viewers will have. Not the perfect build for it, but definitely if you try to improve this and if you really like this incantation, you can make a really good build for it. As you can see, the damage is quite high. Look at that, what I just did here. Let's try it one more time, and probably just spotted the first weak point. Yeah, the casting time. I'm gonna try with some different talismans that's gonna reduce that casting time, but still, I have to tell you, the casting time is gonna be a really huge problem. But again, the damage, as you can see right now, it's quite good. Depends what you are against, depends what is your distance and how many of those beams will hit your target. Now I have two targets, that's why here I have multiple targets, but mainly I just hit this monster, this big boy. Now let's discuss about another important thing that I want to mention, the fact that you can get interrupted while you are using this incantation. This is something bad. Now I tried, look at this, I tried to put different talismans, two of them, one of them is gonna improve the I'm gonna make it way much faster, probably the fastest way of how I can cast this incantation. But still, with an aggressive enemy like this one, I couldn't defeat him with this incantation. Maybe there is a strategy, you can use the incantation and then just grab your sword and finish the job. Only with this incantation, with some of the enemies, you can just not do it. That's why I'm testing this type of things, just to show you what is good and what is not. So two downsides. The first one is gonna be the very long casting time that you have to wait in order for this thing to be charged, and the second downside is gonna be the fact that you can get interrupted in any second. So basically, even if you are at the end of casting that incantation, you can just get interrupted and it's gonna be a nightmare, because probably gonna get a lot of damage and for nothing, obviously. Now, in the next part of the video, I just want to explain how you can get it, but again, if you want to skip it and if you don't want to learn some important stuff about this DLC, you should skip it, because we have to go to a boss area. I'm gonna explain where is that boss and so on. Something again that I want to mention is the fact that I have the complete guide of how you can reach that boss. Here I'm gonna explain only 2 or 3 minutes how you can get to that, but I have the complete guide with all the path that you have to take in order to get this this remembrance and this item. Let's just start with a short version of that. Again, that video is on my channel of how you can find, because we have to find the Erdtree avatar, that is the name. You have to make your way to the north until you're gonna find the NC's castle. Here I always have to tell you that you can bypass the NC's castle by going to the south, and you can just keep fighting the main boss from the NC's castle if you don't like to. Depends what you like to do. This is the bypass location right here at this fort of Reprimand, and I have a video obviously on my channel of how you can skip that fight. In the next part you have to reach the Mort ruins right here, and then you have to find the Bonnie village. It's not the hardest thing to find, but again I have a video of how you can find also that village. Then make your way to the northeast and then to the north until you're gonna find the Shadow Keep. Here you're gonna break a really important rune. I will advise you to complete most of the quest lines before you reach the Shadow Keep. This is the Shadow Keep. This is the water area. You have to drain the water before you proceed. Very important thing. You have to drain the water because you're gonna find a site of grace underneath this water that you have to proceed in order to get to that boss. So yeah, you have to drain it. From this moment on, after you just drain the water, you have to make your way to the northeast, right over here, Tree Worship Sanctum. And before you gonna go even further, you will have to defeat the boss that is in this area. The boss fight it was not that hard. I have the perfect video for you of how you can defeat this boss if you have any trouble. And then obviously when the fight will be over, you're gonna receive the remembrance. Very important, you're gonna have to choose between 2 items, with a sword, with a weapon. Not a sword, it's a weapon. It's a flower weapon. I just released a video on my channel if you want to check it out, how good it is. And this will be the remembrance. With this remembrance, if you like, you can duplicate it, but I'm gonna advise you not to do so until you're gonna find all the remembrances and watch all my videos with the remembrances. Yeah, we have 3 different locations where we can just duplicate these 3 remembrances. Not these 3, only 3 remembrances, sorry, because we have I think 10 of them, so you have to choose careful which one do you like to duplicate before you proceed. 3 on this map and 7 we have on the original Elden Ring, so 10 in total per gameplay. If you decide to start a new game plus, obviously you can get every single one of them. Now go at the round table hold and just take the weapon or the incantation. I just showed you the incantation, the weapon is already on my channel. You can decide which one do you like to get, and this is the way of how you can get this incantation. Like, subscribe, share, press the notification bell. Like always, I will see you in the next one. Be safe.